I failed 3 businesses before I finally found the one that changed my life. Here's my story and how I finally got it right. So the first ever business I started was at age 19. I started a social media marketing agency in November of 2019, and in February of 2020, I started making really good money. A few months later, moved out, and it's actually the business that got me to drop out of school. Year later, completely lost it. Here's why. 2 reasons. Number 1, the pandemic certainly did me no favors. Working with doctors became near impossible. But the real reason, and the second reason, is because I never had adult money before. I blew all of it. I partied, I spent too much, I didn't save enough. I was an idiot, but I learned young, and I'm really glad I learned that lesson, because now if I did that with what I have now, my life would be ruined. Second business I started was a fitness coaching business. And this one didn't last very long, and all I was trying to do was to do the same thing I did for the marketing agency, just cold DM people on Instagram to try to get clients. Well, I found out that didn't really work. Now, I did actually land a few clients doing that. By the time I did, it was months down the road. I was burnt out, I was exhausted, and I closed it down. I fucking hated it. What I learned with this business is you have to create a brand around you for any kind of coaching business, whether you're a fitness coach, a life coach, a business coach, or a coach's coach that coaches like Sam Millsap. You have to create a brand around who you are. Shout out Sam, by the way. Now, the third business was actually another marketing agency. I had grown up a little bit. I was super successful with it at first when I was 20. Now I was 23. I started this in 2023. So I was like, I'm going to give this another shot. But I realized very quickly the game that I left of SMA versus the game I came back to 3 years later had completely changed. It was no longer about who can offer the best product, the best service, who can give the clients the best experience, and just reaching out to them, emailing, texting, DMing them like it used to be. Now it's all about running paid ads, and you had to have a massive ad budget to do it, and you had to have the most irresistible offer to show to these people, and usually it just fucking sucked. It was all fluff. It was all marketing. So I realized, no, this ain't it. And I did that for a few months, made a few grand doing it again, and lost more than a few grand doing it. Realized that business was no longer nearly as desirable it was, and it had been hijacked by frauds. So I was out, I was done, which led me to my fourth business. I realized that online business, like some of you are starting to realize, isn't all it's cracked up to be. It's extremely saturated, tons of scumbags, and attracts the wrong people. What I realized is there's a massive opportunity in the home services niches. So things like pressure washing, window cleaning, residential and commercial cleaning, wallpaper installation, which is what I do, making a fat comeback, by the way, super unsaturated. Here's a takeaway from this video. You need to look where the opportunity is. The opportunity is not an online business anymore. It is in home services. Give it 3 to 5 years. The pendulum's going to switch back, and you're going to see all these people online talking about this. I'm the first. Follow along. You're early. Get started.